You can learn a lot about life through baseball.
Yeah.
You know, when life throws you curveballs, you knock them out of the park.
I like
Sometimes you step up to the plate, you swing, and you miss, but that's okay.
it. Yeah.
Or sometimes you're the pitcher, and sometimes you're the catcher. Either way, you're gonna have a good time.
What?
That's
Those
not the
are some
analogy.
famous sayings from baseball, and I bring them up because the guy on the phone for a second date today, his name is Matthew, and he met the girl that he wants to call at a co-ed softball game. What's up, Matthew? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good. Were you the pitcher
my
or the
God.
catcher that day?
I mainly bat and, play third base, but
Thank God
So-
for answering it like
God,
that.
you're
You're-
a sick man.
Your email said that you met the girl that you want to call. Her name is Trisha.
yeah, she's real sweet.
Okay, and it says here you met her at a co-ed softball game. How'd that work?
Yeah, she was on the opposite team.
Oh, the enemy.
Yeah, so that's, a little extra charm as well.
Let me guess. She was pitching to you. She struck you out, and then you threatened to fight her.
No way, dude.
'Cause
That's
what.
usually how friendly softball games go,
Yeah.
Jubal. You're right.
Thrown out of the game.
Yeah. There's a lot
that
of
how-
physical violence.
Is that how it went down?
It was more like when we all went to the bar.
Oh.
Then you threatened to fight her.
No.
There was no fighting,
Thank you.
fighting, just softball.
Okay,
Just softball.
strange.
No fighting during the game or afterwards.
That's different than any co-ed sports league that I've been involved in. There's always a fight at some point, but okay.
Move on from the
Nice.
violence, please.
All right, so you met her at the bar.
Yes.
And had you had your eye on her like all game?
Oh, yes, all game for sure.
What about her stuck out to you?
Oh, I mean, her legs just go on for days,
One of those girls with legs all the way up to her butt.
Yeah.
So hot. So hot.
We all have
She
them.
was really good at the game, and on top of it all, she seemed like a genuinely cool chick.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
how did you approach her at the bar?
Oh, I mean, I grabbed her a drink and, said congrats for whooping her ass. And, then we just started talking about how long we had been playing. And then one thing led to another. And I ended up getting her number. And we set a date to go hiking.
Sweet.
Nice.
How was the hike?
Oh, it was great. She met me where we were going to start out.
Nice.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said nice. Sorry. keep
I
going.
mean, I heard you. I was just like, what?
It's very nice. She met you there.
I'm
Awesome.
excited for you.
She met you where you're going to start. That's better than meeting you
Wow.
at the end of the trail, I guess.
I approve.
And she was just as awesome as the first time you met her.
Absolutely. Like, she did great on the hike, and we were able to talk. We weren't winded or anything. And, I mean, at the end, like, when we said goodbye, like, I didn't know if, a kiss was feeling out. And, I mean, she was real sweaty. I was real sweaty.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, we kind of just had a quick hug, but, like, it was still, like, you felt that connection there. And we made plans for about a week later to go out again.
Oh, so you guys had a second date.
No, see, like, a day before, she texted to cancel. She needed to cancel for some reason, but so I don't know. And now it's like, now I haven't really heard from her, so kind of feel blown off.
Have you tried to reschedule that date that you had planned?
I mean, yeah, I sent one or two texts just saying, hey, sorry, scheduling didn't work. Is next weekend good? And I didn't really get an answer from any of that.
Can I ask,
man.
I mean, just looking back at the time you guys spent together between like the softball game and the hiking, do you think that she also thought of this as a romantic date?
Well, I mean, I would hope it would be kind of obvious because I asked for her number. I said I would love to get together. Like, to me, that sends a pretty clear signal of like, hey, I'm interested in you.
Right.
Even if like things go slow or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how long has it been since you've heard from her?
It's been over a week since I talked with her, and she hasn't responded to the two texts I sent.
Oh, man.
Just a sweaty hug at the end of the hike. That's all you got.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
Thanks, man.
All right, hang on. I got to say, I'm skeptical of you, Matthew.
Am I suspect?
Yes, you are.
For what?
Well, we do a lot of these second dates, all right? And everything always sounds normal until we get the person on the phone,
Oh.
and then something weird comes out, okay? Now, you said that you met this girl at a co-ed softball game. You went to the bar after, asked for a number, and you guys went on a hike and had a great time, and nothing weird happened.
That is all true.
Okay. Well, if I call her and I find out that you've been going to all of her games since then, dressed up like...
No, buddy. I will be 100% honest with you. That thought did cross my mind,
Okay.
but I denied it because I didn't want to be a creeper.
All right, good.
I
I picture you in the stands like an NFL quarterback's mom with her name on your shirt, sitting there like, "Go Trisha, that's my girl." So,
Oh my God!
you promise me you haven't done that.
I have not done that.
All right.
He still doesn't trust you,
No,
just so you know.
Still, I'm a little weary of you. I'm gonna dial the phone number right now though, and get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. Okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is Trisha there?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Trisha, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
I'm calling because one of our listeners sent an email about you. His name is Matthew, and he sent us an email saying you guys were supposed to go out on a date, and then you stopped responding to him, and he wants to know why.
He sent an email about that. Why would he do that?
Because he liked you and he would like to go out again, but you just stopped talking to him, so he thought maybe we could help him out and figure out the answer.
Look, I am not comfortable discussing this.
If it's something way too personal, you don't have to tell us, but if it's not, I mean, he wants to know. He liked you a lot.
You got to put yourself in his shoes. You know how frustrating it can be if you feel like you connected with somebody and then they drop off.
I mean, yeah, I get that. And he's a good guy. I totally got that sense from him.
Okay, so if he's a good guy, then why aren't you calling him back?
Look, he was really cool. He's just not marriage material.
Why is he not marriage material? Did you guys get into that conversation on your first date?
No, we didn't, talk about it. But, you could just tell from the date.
Is he immature or something? I mean...
Well, here's where I am. I am not getting any younger, and I absolutely want to get married someday. And he's just not going to be that guy.
That is a really quick judgment to make after meeting someone just one time.
Yeah.
Actually, we hung out twice.
Oh.
Okay, so 2 times is
you're
enough for
right.
you to know that?
Now you know everything about him.
How can you possibly know that he's not marriage material after 2 hangouts?
Because after the second time we hung out, he took me back to his car, and his car was full of stuff, piles and piles.
Wait,
and,
are you saying that it was just messy? Like there was garbage and stuff in it?
Well, I didn't know. So I had asked him, I was like, what's the deal with all your stuff? Are you moving or something? And he said no. And he said that he lives out of his van.
He lives in his van?
Yeah, and he does it by choice.
What do you mean? It's not that he's homeless, it's that he wants to be homeless?
Yeah, he chooses this.
Really?
What did he say to you to make you think that?
He said, look, it's this really great situation. I choose this. I feel it's better. I'm saving money. And I look in there, and there is a mattress. There's a jug of water, hot plate. It's really weird.
Oh. Normally, when you see a van with a mattress in it on a first date, that's a good sign.
No, always bad.
So you're saying you didn't want to see him again because he lives in his van?
No, I don't know. I've been going back and forth over this, for the past few days because, he lives in a van.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to move into a van if you guys ever got more serious?
No, well, no, I don't know. That's the thing.
You don't know if you want to move into a van. You might be willing to move into a van?
No, I definitely don't want to live in a van. That's the problem.
Okay.
But don't you think... Okay, granted, this is a kind of an odd situation, but he has a regular job, right?
He has a really good job, and he makes a ton of money. He just chooses to save it.
All right, so the guy just likes to live in a van.
He seemed really in love with his living situation, and if that's the case, I don't want to mess with it.
I have so many questions.
You don't want to make the guy give up his house, you know?
Exactly, his green van.
Yeah.
Well, Trisha, I do need to let you know that Matthew is actually on the other line listening, maybe in his van right now, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Matthew, you there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Hey, Trisha.
Oh, my God.
I am not in my van, just to clarify. I'm in my office. I'm at work right now.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised because, like, when we went out, I mean, you seemed to think it was really kind of cool what I was doing.
Yeah, I said it was cool when I was looking at it because I didn't just want to tell you it was weird right off the bat.
Okay. Oh, now you're just 180 on this. So I'm confused.
Matthew, think about it. I mean, how could a girl see a van and think, I want to stay the night with him? I'm not sure where I'm going to go to the bathroom if I have to go, but...
Just owning a van and living out of it is awesome. I have this freedom that everybody else is dreaming about. I save all this money. It keeps going in the bank when everybody else is spending and going into debt on these houses that they can't afford, and they're never in because they're always at work all day for them. I mean, what's the point of it?
The point is to actually have a place where you could hang out, not something that you could, like, drive from point A to point B, like you're home traveling everywhere.
But that means I can hang out everywhere, Trisha. Wherever I want to hang out. Like, the world is my home. And Trish, I'm not living in the Stone Age with this. Like, I've got Wi-Fi, I can run things off this generator. Like, I have electricity. I have the basic things that I need and stay connected with the world. I can work remotely if I want to. Like, come on.
He's got it all figured out, Trisha.
It just sounds weird to me. I never pictured my boyfriend living in a van.
On purpose.
But it may be fun, Trisha. I mean, it's definitely an adventure.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
It is an adventure. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I don't know, man. I mean, you have a great personality. You're a really cool guy, but the whole living in a van thing is just a giant turn off for me.
Just give it a weekend, Trisha. Like, pretend you're going on a luxurious camping trip. Give it 2 nights, and I will convince you. I promise.
2 nights, that is a big ask, sir.
So you want me to spend 2 nights in your van when we've only been on 1 official date together?
You were the one who was throwing around the marriage word of, needing to find marriage material. So, like, 2 nights is not going to kill you.
He has a point.
I mean, I say 2 nights is a drop in the bucket. Come on.
In that case, Trisha, would you like to go out with Matthew on a second date? We will pay for it. I mean, I guess the date would be 2 nights in his van, but whatever. Would you like to go out with him again?
I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I am going to say no to 2 nights in the van.
Oh.
But I'm up to hanging out with him again.
Okay, so you'll go out on a date with him, but you won't sleep in the van.
Yes, I will go out on a date. I will not spend the 2 nights in a van.
Okay.
Probably a
Well,
wise-
congratulations,
Yeah.
Matthew. That's a successful second date.
I can work with that.
All right. So you guys go out on your date. Matthew, you try to convince her that living in a van is better than living in a house, and I wish you both luck.
Trisha, freedom is in our future. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We've all had slip-ups happen during a date that were totally your fault.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But the question is, when you realize that you've made a mistake, do you immediately tell the person right there, or do you wait and see if anything bad happens first?
Like if maybe they didn't even notice.
Yeah,
like
probably the second.
right, like when you accidentally soil yourself at dinner, do you be up front and just admit to your date that you gave yourself a New Jersey hot pack?
Is that what it's called?
Or do you wait and see if she notices the smell first and then you can be honest?
I was thinking more like, I didn't mean to mention my ex.
Well, see, that's a mistake there, too. And one of our listeners, Jay, knows that he maybe messed up, and he wasn't sure if he should address it or just let it play out.
Okay, messed up or messed himself?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it wasn't the mistake that I was talking about.
thank
but
God.
Jay, we'll get to the mistake you may have made in just a minute. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Nicole.
All right.
Okay.
We originally met on IG, little Instagram.
Oh, I see. You're using the lingo for the gram.
For the young folks.
Brooke is so old, she has to explain that.
You're like DMing on the side. Did you hit her up?
Oh my God.
Yes, of course, we've hung out.
No, like, did you just like write her out of the blue, or did you have friends of friends, or how'd you find her?
She actually found me.
Uh-huh.
I am a photographer, so I have a lot of pictures online. And
Oh, cool.
Great. Dude, I'm sorry. Are you an Instagram photographer to get chicks, or are you like a real-life photographer for a job?
I have made money on photos. I'm not, I mean,
He could have
That's
a
not an answer.
he could have a hobby that's photography. Like, what kind of? I think that he's
Right.
just talking about landscape pictures, right?
some of them are landscape pictures, some of them are women.
Oh, yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
The
You
landscape
were
of the
right,
human
Jose.
form.
Dang it.
Mhm.
There's a lot
Very,
of curves
yeah,
in that.
curvy mountainous mounds that are on
Curvy
your.
mountainous mounds.
It's a landscape.
But I will say, I know
Oh,
it sounds
my
bad,
God.
but it's a good thing if you look good enough that people are hitting you up. Normally it's the other way around. So at least you're semi-professional.
Right, no, she did hit me up. She asked if I would take pictures of her.
Oh, okay.
Good, okay.
Okay, so is that something where you would normally have someone pay you to do that?
I wasn't actually expecting any money on this one.
Okay.
I just thought that she was beautiful. I mean, the dime piece, I believe they called it.
Now
Oh,
you're talking about
Lord.
Brooks lingo.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
In such a formal way.
so it sounds like you used that opportunity to kind of spin this into a date.
Yes, so we went hiking. You know, she liked the pictures of the mountain, the escape of being outside and trees. She sort of wanted that.
But did she think of this as a date? Because to me, she's like having a professional exchange with someone who wants to go take pictures of her up on a mountain, is what it sounds
Well,
like.
she wasn't paying me. I mean, she didn't hire me.
So it
Okay.
was informal.
Was there anything flirty about it?
Yeah, there's flirtiness.
Oh, wow, that sounds...
That sounds real
Yeah.
one-sided,
I
if you
know.
ask me.
When your voice gets 10 octaves higher when you're talking about it, it
no.
might not be.
I also have a dog that I took on the hike with us.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then it's definitely a date. If there's a dog present.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Ollie. That's actually the first thing she commented on was my dog, Ollie.
Oh, that's a cute
okay.
I
name.
love it.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any personal conversation?
Yeah, we talked about subjects. We laughed.
Oh, subjects.
Subjects. We both
I'm-
liked soup. It was
He's
cool.
like, yeah, insert comment here.
Yeah.
Totally. Like,
I mean,
whatever.
Subjects and feelings.
Yeah. Emotions.
All
both
sorts.
had-
Yes, that's what people do. They talk.
Oh, wow. You should write a dating book, sir.
Yeah, I should.
Did he
So,
mention he brought a dog?
yeah, okay. So, it sounds like you had a good time taking photos. What was the mistake that you think you may have made during the date?
I'm not sure, but at one point, I brought some sandwiches with us. I told her I was going to bring some food, you know.
okay. And that makes it more date-like.
Yeah.
You know, if you're bringing food along for both of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a 4-hour thing in the end, longer than the average
Wow.
date. So we're eating, and I take a bite of my sandwich, and then she's looking at me like something's wrong, like I killed a cat or something. I don't know what it was.
Oh, no.
What? She's like looking at you to disgust as you're eating?
Yeah.
Well, and then I said, is everything okay? Did I do something? And she's like, while you were eating your sandwich, an ant crawled into your mouth and onto your sandwich, and you ate an ant.
Oh, that makes sense.
What'd you say?
Oh,
Protein.
no.
Yum.
It doesn't even matter. I mean, I didn't taste the ants. They're so small. You wouldn't even know.
That doesn't sound that bad,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's not like a deal breaker, at least.
Is
Like,
that
I'm not calling this guy back because he accidentally ate a bug. Like, that would be really
And then
ridiculous.
defended it.
Yeah.
is that the only bad thing that happened?
Not really. Something else, sort of.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
what are you hiding, bro?
I took some more pictures of her by the canyon. We went down, great pictures, you know, angled up.
Now, when you say the canyon, are you referring to a place on her body, or is this a real canyon?
Jeffrey.
I'm just with this guy. I don't know.
So you're down below her shooting up, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm probably about like 15, 20 feet away from her, and I see around her feet, it looks like what could possibly be maybe poison ivy.
Oh.
Oh, no.
but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to upset her. And
So you-
keeping in mind,
So you're just like, hey, sit down right there. Did she have a reaction?
I don't think she had a reaction, but we did keep on walking, and I was hoping to find a romantic moment to, like, maybe kiss her, but she was going fast down the hill, and we just got to the car and headed out. She took some pictures, too, and she hasn't posted any of them on Instagram.
Oh, she hasn't posted any of your photos on Instagram?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's not good.
And yeah,
they
they
were
must not have been
free.
very good.
But they were still free.
No,
At least one
no.
pity post and you tag
I think
them.
she doesn't want anything to do with you. They had to have, you spent 4 hours out in the wilderness. You couldn't get one good snap
what
of
I'm
her. Like,
saying,
come on. I think that she's not posting them because she doesn't want to be attached to you at all.
Or maybe she's so covered in poison ivy itches and burns that she like can't even get up out of her bed right now.
I've had a run-in with poison oak, and you know pretty immediately that things are not, or nettles, like all of that stuff. Like, you know you messed up.
All right. We're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Nicole and we'll figure out which mistake was the thing that caused you to not get a call back. All right, Jay?
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to get your second date update right after this. Hold on. See, if you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with a photographer named Jay. And Jay offered to take a beautiful woman named Nicole on a scenic, romantic hiking photo shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's pretty
it.
nice.
According to him, it went really great, too. They talked about subjects. They spoke words
They did.
and discussed matters of general interest.
Uh-huh.
I hope that wasn't too descriptive there.
It was a unique date.
It was.
Very creative.
But Jay admits there may have been a few awkward moments. One, Jay accidentally ate an ant that crawled onto his sandwich.
She was
And
pretty grossed
she
out
was-
by that.
yeah,
It is a gross visual.
She didn't like that.
I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
A bug, that's gross.
And second, he did have her pose in an area that may have been covered in poison ivy, but Jay,
That's the problem.
he isn't sure. He doesn't think so, though. The worst sign, though, is after their date, Nicole has not posted any of his photos that he took up on her Instagram, which is the whole reason that they went on the date in the first place.
It was
That
the
is
whole
sketch.
reason she contacted you in the first place, right, Jay?
Yeah, she liked the pictures of my dog first, and then, it went on to my pictures of landscapes and people. And
What are you more hurt by? That she's not calling you back for a date, or that she doesn't like your photography?
well, I don't know that she doesn't like my photography.
So that's the answer. Okay.
Okay. We're going to call her right now and find out exactly what she thinks about it, okay? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Nicole, please?
this is Nicole. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You got a second?
Okay. What's up?
Hi, Nicole. What's up?
We were told that you were a model and we need someone to model for us because we're not very good looking. We work on the radio.
He's right.
So,
I'd take a body double any day.
yeah.
Is this like a joke? What's going on?
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry. It wasn't very good.
We're
But-
kidding around.
yeah.
This isn't a joke.
I'm just kidding with you. We're doing something that we do on our show called the second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll give them a call for you to figure out the reason why.
Okay.
Do you remember going on a date recently?
I mean, I think. Yeah.
Does this person that you think of, is his name Jay?
Ugh. Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
So wait. So you did consider that a date? I was worried that maybe you
I
didn't.
mean, it's one of those where you don't know if it's a date, but maybe you can get away if it's not a date.
Get away.
Were you scared of him?
No, it was fine. Like, he's okay. Like, his jokes are kind of dirty, but that wasn't it.
Okay.
Well,
Well, he did tell us a little bit about how your day went. He said that he took you on a hiking date to go do a photo shoot up over some scenic landscape.
And he also said that you're the one that hit him up initially because you wanted him to take pictures for you.
yeah, I mean, he's a good photographer. Like, my friend knows who he is. Like, she, I don't know, knows him, through friends of friends or whatever. So it didn't seem too sketch. But
Okay.
why did he tell you all about, what we did?
Well, because that's part of this is we want to know what the date was like from his perspective and what he thinks might have gone wrong. And he told us about an incident where he ate an ant that was on his sandwich by accident and it really grossed you out.
Ugh. whatever.
That wasn't it?
See, I told
No.
you. That's ridiculous. Like, a woman's not going to call you back because you accidentally ate an ant.
We've heard weirder stuff, honestly.
Yeah, totally.
So another thing that he told us was that there was a moment where you were taking pictures on like some canyon mountainside, and he was worried that you may have been standing in poison ivy.
Okay. He never told me that.
Oh, he didn't? Sorry, forget I said it.
no.
It was,
Did you have any bad reactions later? Break out and hide?
No, but like if you think someone's in poison ivy, you're supposed to say you're in poison ivy.
Yeah.
Like, This isn't like you have lettuce in your teeth. This is like get out of poison ivy.
yeah.
So it obviously wasn't that.
Well,
No.
so what is it then? What's the reason that you're not calling him back? And he also says he hasn't posted any of his photos on your Instagram yet.
No. Why would... Oh, God, no.
It sounds like you're disgusted by him.
I don't know. You sound kind of in love.
No, you guys.
He was like, oh, I have to go to the restroom or whatever. But basically, he had to go pee behind a tree, whatever. We're in the woods.
Okay.
And, like, he had been taking some shots of me as we were walking, and I wanted to see. So his camera's there, so I flipped through his camera, and, like, there's pictures of him inside his car. Like, it's right where we met up, and he's not wearing pants, basically.
Wait, you're saying you saw
Huh?
naked photos of him in his car on his camera
Yeah, I
roll?
saw his in his car.
Well, that's, I mean, a very quick way to say it.
Okay.
Are they selfies, or was someone
Yes. No, they're selfies, but, like, why are you taking pictures of your in your car before you're meeting me? It was just so weird and gross. And then I started putting it all together, like, so some of the jokes he had, and I don't know.
gross?
So he
Oh
was-
my God, I would have ran. Like,
Well-
now you're with...
Well, we're in the, like, he's got the car. Like, I have to leave with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I would have been so freaked out. Like, you're alone in the woods with this dude who's obsessed with his own I guess every
Well,
dude is, but whatever, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, it sounds like you took his camera when he didn't give it to you.
Yeah, for good reason.
Those
she had
are
suspicion.
they're private
Are
pictures.
you worried about his privacy? He's on the radio. He's not worried about his privacy.
I'm just
I'm with
just
you.
saying,
I'm
like,
with
what
her.
if he went through your photos and saw a naked picture of you on your camera?
Yeah, because she took those right before her date.
I don't know. Maybe we should just ask him. Jay, what was going on with that? Why are you taking naked pictures?
What the hell are you doing going through my camera?
We didn't tell you this, Nicole, but Jay's been on the other line listening the whole time and wants to talk to you.
Of course he is. This couldn't get any
What
better.
the F? Why are you looking through my camera? First of all, that's an incredibly expensive camera. You shouldn't be
You're
touching
taking
other people's
pictures of me,
equipment.
and, like,
That's
why
wrong.
would it matter?
What's
And, like,
wrong with you?
what are you doing with your out before we meet? Like, what is that
I
about?
didn't. It was a picture. I wanted to make sure everything was okay.
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
What? So you drop your pants and take a picture of your junk, Jay?
How else am I going to take a picture of it? I wanted to make sure it was good for you.
Well, there's other things that you could have tested your camera on, I'm sure.
You don't have to take the pic. You can look at it.
Dude, that is creepy. I think that is like a huge red
I'm
flag.
like I'm the first guy who's taking pictures of it. Are you kidding me?
No,
Okay.
you're definitely not the first
Yeah.
guy to take pictures.
I mean,
but-
Jay, I know you're embarrassed right now, but I don't
I
think
am
this
not
is
embarrassed. I think you're all stupid.
Okay.
You know what?
That
I think
wasn't childish.
But you're right on that one.
No,
We
he
are
knows.
pretty dumb.
He knows
She
what's
did
up.
something illegal. I think I might even go to the police.
Oh,
No.
give me a break.
Jay, okay,
Listen,
man.
bro.
She met a man on the internet, okay, and a woman has to be careful and do her due diligence to make sure you're not a nut job.
True.
Yes.
And clearly he's a nut job.
Yeah.
Well, is he?
You crazy bitch. You went through my stuff
What?
without my permission. I don't know who you think you are. And I can take pictures of my I'm taking pictures of my right now.
Oh no!
Jay, come on, man.
James, you don't even know what a douche you are. Like, you suck. You basically suck.
Oh.
I suck? You suck.
I don't want to be on the radio. And now you want me to come on the radio and and I was in Poison Ivy? What is
it's a
that
good thing.
about?
Yeah, I bet I should have said something and you probably would have gotten a rash.
What?
Probably. Huh?
Who does?
Yeah.
Okay, who wishes someone a rash?
I wish a rash on you.
Jay, you are not making this any better.
Yeah, Jay.
You sound like you're getting defensive.
Are the pictures not very flattering? Is that what the problem is?
Oh, yeah, you notice she didn't mention that. She didn't mention
I don't
it.
even care. Who cares? Really, honestly, like at that point, I didn't
I
even
do.
care anyway. And then it was just like, oh, gross.
Well,
Yeah,
they'll-
that's gross.
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
you.
I mean, I think they're both a little bit in the wrong for different reasons.
No,
the
they're
only
not.
the,
Oh my God.
the only way that we'll be able to tell for certain who's right on this is to get the picture sent to the station so we can decide once and for all.
You want me to send them to you? You're requesting my...
Yeah, just send them only to Jeffrey, please.
I'll
because
review the
I've seen
evidence.
enough of those in my life.
I'll review the evidence and I'll
Yeah.
decide who's right and who's wrong in this one.
What's that email address?
Nicole, you're good. Don't worry.
This is the weirdest day so
I know.
far.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It could get a little bit weirder if I offer to send you guys out on another date.
Oh my God.
We'll pay for it,
We'll pay for the pics.
and I am offering that.
I don't
I was
want to
actually
go out.
wondering if you're going to post those pictures, if you could tag me.
No, I'm not going to post them, Jay.
What? Are you
God,
talking
what
to
is
Jeffrey
wrong with
or are
you,
you
dude?
talking to Nicole?
Forget. I don't even want to send
I'm
this guy
talking to
out.
Nicole. I'm talking to Nicole.
Oh,
I don't want hard pass on this one.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna post them at all?
Oh, hard pass. I get what she's saying.
Oh, okay. Listen.
It's okay.
This is too
I know. I
easy for you.
understand.
If I post them, can I tag you?
Oh my
I
God.
don't know what's going on anymore, but I think there's not going to be a second date
There's
happening.
not. Or any more photos.
Nicole, I'm going to give you the last word here. What do you want to say?
I don't know. Maybe just keep your dick in your pants.
All right, that's a good
my
motto to
God.
live by.
Yes,
Just
it
keep it in
is.
your pants.
God.
Moving 92.5.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, one of our listeners, Cammie, went out with a guy named Justin recently. They went out to a steakhouse for dinner, and Justin told her to order anything she wanted because he was paying with his company's credit card.
Nice.
And he said, as long as they mention a few business-related things, then it technically counts as a business meeting. Thing is, halfway through dinner, Justin started to act a little bit strange. He got really quiet, a little distant, wasn't eating. And from there, everything just ended kind of awkwardly. Cammie has no idea exactly where it is that things went wrong.
Yeah.
And Cammie, I feel like we've talked for a while, and we gave this whole second date thing a shot. And you seem nice.
Oh, we're breaking up with her?
I'm just not really feeling
You're
it.
not feeling it. Okay.
So, well, it's not to the
That's
point.
not-
It's not to the point where I want to stop the second date completely, but
Yeah.
I am going to treat you differently from this point forward. Okay. And I will tell you, it's not you, it's me,
Okay.
but it is a little bit you.
Is this sounding too close to home, Cammie?
Out of nowhere?
It's super painful for me. How dare you?
I'm still interested in you, Cammie.
Oh.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it's so weird. Like, it's two different people.
Yeah.
Like, we talked on the phone. Like, that's a big deal.
That is.
I might be jaded, but my first thought is he's married or he's in a relationship. And like the guilt finally caught up to him mid-meal. Do you know what I mean?
I just need to know what happened because it was so dramatic. And I even asked him, because at that point, like, at the end of the day, I really had nothing to lose. Like, once he stopped making eye contact, I was like, what is going on?
Okay, I'm back to being interested now. I'm going to rejoin this conversation.
Is that what you're doing?
Sorry.
Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Quiet the whole time.
Let's hope that we can do the same with Justin and get him interested in you again, all right?
Okay,
Just like we
I
did with
see.
Jeff.
Clever. I don't know if it's worth our energy, but
Yeah, I
let's
don't-
try it anyway.
You ready, Cammie?
Yeah, let's try it.
I
Okay.
lost interest again.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, come on.
Oh, okay, I'm back on board. All
You
right.
were all over the board.
Okay, let's see what's going on with Justin. I'm gonna dial his number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Justin.
Yeah, this is Justin.
Hey, Justin. How's it going? My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Who's this?
It's a morning radio show, Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You never heard of it?
Okay. I don't listen to the radio. Sorry.
Low blow there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling because we're kind of mad at you, Justin.
Whoa, that's coming off hot.
Well,
Jeffrey.
sorry.
That's not it.
You're going to throw
That's-
shade at me. I got to throw it back.
No, he
Okay.
just
But
said he doesn't know our
We're
show.
mad at you. We're mad at you on behalf of one of our listeners.
I really don't understand what you're calling me about.
One of our listeners told us she went on a date with you recently. You started acting really weird towards her, and you kind of just gave up halfway through dinner.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah? Her name's Cammie,
Yep, Cammie.
and you really hurt her feelings and therefore hurt my feelings.
We love
I
our
think more than
listeners.
anything, she's just confused, Justin.
And angry inside.
No, I know. It's not that dramatic, man. She just wants to know why you're not calling her back and what changed.
So Cammie, you guys know Cammie? She called you?
Yeah, she
I don't-
emailed our show, and we spoke to her about your date, and she had a great time with you.
I'm not really sure what to tell you or how much you guys already know, but I just realized, we're two different types of people, Cammy and I. Honestly,
What?
things just couldn't work out between us.
So wait, hold on. Like, was there a moment that told you that? Because why would you just stop making eye contact with her? Why wouldn't you say, oh man, you know what? I don't know that this is going to work out.
Here's the thing. I went into the dinner really hopeful, but it was really loud in the restaurant, and maybe I didn't quite hear what she ordered. But, when the plates arrived, I saw that she ordered this one plate called the Surf and Turf.
Yeah, every steakhouse has the surf and turf.
They did invent that term,
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into a whole lot of details about it, but it just wasn't okay with me.
But didn't you specifically...
So you're cheap.
Yeah.
Hold on. We don't know why it wasn't okay.
No, but, I mean, I don't get it, though, because she said that you told her to order anything she wanted and that the company credit card was paying for it.
Yeah, if anything, it's on you.
Look, this is going to sound really weird.
Okay.
So Surf and Turf includes lobster.
Okay.
Well, I actually have 2 pet lobsters
Oh, my gosh.
at
Shut
home
up.
that I love and care for.
Shut
They're very
up.
dear to me.
What?
No, you don't.
You're okay eating beef, a big cow, but because you have a pet lobster at home?
I don't just have one. I have 2. I have 2 lobsters,
Oh.
and they are awesome. And, I don't have a pet cow. I don't know anybody who has a pet cow. But if I did know somebody, I wouldn't eat a cow in front of them.
That actually makes sense. I'm not saying I agree, but he has logic.
What are you talking about? What have you talked about your pet lobsters? This is so weird, dude.
What are you expecting when you go to a steakhouse?
Listen, look, there are 2 tiny lobsters. One is named Snip, and the other's named Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. But I mean,
Look, I told you, I knew you would think it was weird. I hear them laughing. I knew it. Look, but they mean a lot to me. And I just wasn't expecting to see her order lobster to eat in front of me.
Well, did Cammy know that you owned 2 lobsters before she put in her order?
I don't think we got to that point. I mean, we had talked about other stuff.
so wait, I don't understand. That's so unrealistic. How is she supposed to respect feelings that she doesn't even know about?
Yeah,
I understand that, but look, can you imagine from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
One of the lobster on her plate, the lobster on her plate looked like Snip.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Wow, that must have been
very traumatic for you.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I couldn't even look at her because every time I looked over there, I felt like I was going to cry. As like she was eating my pet.
Justin,
Okay.
What a good pet owner.
I got to be honest with you, man.
Da Vinci.
Not in a million years would I have guessed that this was the reason you weren't calling her back.
I'm guessing Cammy couldn't have guessed either.
Let's find out if Cammy could have guessed because, Justin, I need to tell you, she's been on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you.
She's been on the phone this whole time?
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi. Justin, this has to be made up. I listened to this whole thing, and I was like, this just sounds like you don't want to say what the real thing is. So whatever you're on the spot on the radio. I get it. It's weird. But at this point, what is the reason?
You don't believe him.
No.
Cammy, I'm being honest. Things were great, and then I saw you bite into it looked like one of my pets.
Don't they all look the same?
No, they do not all look the same.
Why would you take her there, though? It was your suggestion to go to this.
No, it was a steakhouse. It wasn't a lobster house. It was a steakhouse.
I can see that.
Wow. I mean, now that you know this, Cammy, do you feel bad at all?
Well, I can't feel bad for eating lobster at a nice restaurant and
Don't say
Okay.
it. Don't
Is
say
it that you can't feel bad or you won't feel bad?
Oh, man.
I can't feel bad about that. I don't.
And this is why I knew at one point in the dinner that nothing would work out between us.
I mean, I'm sorry. This just sounds crazy.
How am I supposed to say that you're eating something that looks like my friend?
That's a pretty good way to say it. Then you probably should have just said that.
You know what's weird to me is that you don't even feel bad. You know, now that you know, like,
because you had a chance to like say what was wrong. You didn't say what was wrong. You just got quiet and you made me feel bad. And now it's just like I'm so evil for eating lobster in a nice restaurant where we ate meat.
Okay.
Like you like steak, and cows have more personality. I'm sorry.
Now we're gonna compare.
Wow. You don't understand. Lobsters are great companions.
How?
Oh, I kind of want a lobster.
How is a lobster a great companion?
You never have to walk them. They're never going to pee on the floor.
Yeah.
You may have heard this, but lobsters are loyal. They mate for life.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Please.
Unlike those promiscuous dogs and cats that sleep around.
Yeah.
A dog will hump a leg.
What?
A lobster mates for life. And they live over 100 years. So now let me tell you, Cammie, that's way longer than you're going to live with all that butter that you were putting that lobster in.
Oh my God, Kenny, this is so crazy. I don't
You
have
don't
to
need
justify
to.
butter to you.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I mean, wait, would you give her another chance if she said she'd never eat lobster again?
Or in front of you?
It's so hard. Even right now, revisiting that night, it's so hard for me.
Okay, Justin, look, I don't want to put you through any more trauma. I don't want to give you any more PTSD. So let me just ask, would you like to go out on another date with Cammie? We'll pay for it. No lobster, just any other type of seafood will be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys can eat crabs and then give her crabs later.
No crustaceans.
Both fresh.
Okay.
All. No.
I don't know. This is a terrible way to start a relationship.
But everything else was so
Tough to
good,
come back
bro.
from.
Other than
I don't
this,
know. I think we've gone too far down the
No
hole. I don't
turning
think we
back.
can recover after the butter and the Leonardo da Vinci lot or whatever his name is. I don't.
Leonardo da Vinci, like the painter.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
but
This is just too much for me. I'm not interested anymore either. You guys are worried about him being triggered. I'm triggered by this whole conversation.
yeah, all
We're
right.
both scarred.
It
Okay.
just doesn't end up well.
Well,
I hope you never go out on a date and somebody eats like a dog or a kitten in front of you.
Oh my God.
I really.
Oh, that's a
I
given.
hope that too. Thank you for that.
what restaurants are you going to? Everybody's had a first date that just didn't go according to plan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
Most of them.
whether you showed up 20 minutes late or accidentally called them by the wrong name,
Yeah.
or they got back together with their ex in the middle of appetizers.
Oh,
It's always awkward.
They
Not
told
great.
you to get off your phone. Now look what happened.
couldn't even make it to the main course.
Yeah, but I'd almost prefer those bad dates to the ones where you can't think of a bad moment, because at least you know.
Yeah, that's true. You have an answer.
But
That's interesting.
one of our listeners has been going crazy trying to figure out why the night took a turn for the worst. And now she's at an all-time low, calling a bunch of morons on the radio for help. So here we are. Cammie, I'm sorry that you've been reduced to this.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah.
He was like, I said I would never do this.
Yep.
And here I am.
Yeah. So tell us about the guy that brought you to this new low. What's his name?
His name's Justin.
Justin. Okay.
Where'd you meet Justin?
On an app.
All right.
I don't know if you've been on apps recently, but it's like hit and miss, but like more like a million misses.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
hear that a lot from our listeners.
Were you excited about Justin though?
Yeah, no, I was. I mean, most guys now, like, they're really quick to be kind of overtly sexual, and it's just like, ugh, it's so gross.
Yeah.
And then this guy, though, like, he was sweet and he's sincere. Like, it just, like, refreshing, I guess. And then...
So by sweet and sincere, you mean he didn't ask to exchange nudes in the first 5 minutes?
Oh my God. It's like the bar is so low.
Yeah.
It's just like, this
the bar is very low.
He just said, how are you?
And then it's
I'm like, oh,
creepy. I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Don't ask me normal things.
I'm sorry, but we're on Tinder, okay? If you say hello, that means you want it. Boom, here's a pic, girl. What's up?
Yeah, so
Poor Cammie.
really sweet and sincere, not asking you for anything. What did you guys do for your date?
Well, it took a while for us to get there, first of all. Like, we had talked on the phone for, like, 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. You had an actual phone conversation?
I know.
Are you
it's
sure
weird.
that he's actually into women?
Even then, are you sure he's not 80 years old?
Yeah.
I think it's a better question.
No, but all jokes aside, even the last time I really clicked with somebody, it's when you actually talk and call, and like that is like a whole new level nowadays. That's awesome.
It makes me nervous just
It
even
does.
thinking about making that phone call.
Yeah. When you're about to answer, you're nervous. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, we're really gonna talk here.
So
All
you guys
right.
were clicking.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. And then he said we were going to go to a steakhouse for dinner.
Good choice.
We got there, and he was handsome, and he seemed like, like we hadn't FaceTime, but he looked like his pictures. Like he sounded like himself. Like sometimes you meet somebody, you're like, oh, that's who you are in real life. I didn't think that was going to happen, but no.
That's what the nudes are for. They show you who they really are.
Even the nudes are Photoshopped.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Okay.
How did he receive you? Like, like
I think it was good.
Look.
What is that?
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
are awful on a dating app.
What was
Did
he like
you
in real
also-
person?
Did you also show up correctly? I don't
Oh
know.
my
I know what you mean.
gosh.
I know what you mean. No, I look like my pictures.
She understood what I meant.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she got it.
So how was your connection on the date?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was like we just kept talking about the same stuff. We talked about like trips we took and our friends, like normal date stuff.
Did you feel like you ran out of things to talk about at any point?
No, I don't think so. Well, at one point he was going to put this on his company credit card. So I was like, oh, hopefully it doesn't get him in trouble. But he said, well, if you talk about one business thing, it counts.
A technicality? So you guys talked about business stuff?
No, we were making jokes. Like we were saying things like lucrative deals and mergers
funny.
and like run it up the flagpole. And, like we were just trying to be silly with it, I
Sounds
guess.
hot.
Okay.
Since he was offering to pay on the company card, what did you get for dinner?
I got surf and turf.
Yeah, you
Company's
did.
paying for
There,
it.
The
that's
most
a girl.
expensive. Okay.
Well, you're doing business.
Now we're talking.
He got a steak. Like he got a really nice steak. So
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So where did the night get weird for you?
Okay, so this is the thing. Like all of a sudden, kind of the mood changed. It was like two different people. Like he got much quieter. He stopped making eye contact. It was like the weirdest thing. Like he's barely touching his own food. So I was like, well, is he sick? Like, is something wrong? Like, what is he trying to just power through and be a hero, but some appetizers not making him feel good? Or I don't.
Oh, so this happened before even the main course came?
It's kind of as the main course is coming.
Okay. Have you come up with any reasons, you think?
No. And I even said, like, did I say something? Did I do something? He's like, no, it's fine. I had a really good time. And he hugged me and like, that's it.
Wow, so you asked him.
Well, it was so weird. And I was like, I really at that point was like, well, I have nothing to lose by saying that.
At that point, did you try and save the date with a nude pic? Because it could happen that way, too. I don't know. This is really bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, maybe somehow he got news that was bad.
I don't know. Like, my friends are like, well, maybe.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The laundromat is a great place to meet women. Great place. Yeah.
How?
You don't even really have to talk to them. You just walk up, start folding their underwear. And it's always a conversation starter. Even if they're not there, like say they left the laundromat for a second and you see their stuff's done, you just start folding their undies.
It's always good to probably sniff them, too. That's probably a nice move.
Well,
Well,
you got to make sure they're clean, I guess. I'm assuming that's what Pete did to meet the girl that he met at a laundromat that's not calling him back. Pete, did you use the old I'm going to fold your undies trick or something different?
A little different.
Oh.
Haven't gotten to the underwear part yet.
thank God, Pete.
How did you meet this girl at the laundromat?
Well, I'm doing the thing, poured some detergent in the machine, and then I hear this woman's voice say, "You're using way too much detergent."
The disrespect. How upset were you when she said that to you?
Well, I said, yeah, no, I've been doing this a while, so I'm fine. I never have a problem with my laundry. Thank you. And then I turn around, and there she is, and she's really cute.
Okay. Because if she wasn't cute, you'd probably be like, get the hell away from me, lady. Tell me how to do my laundry. Yeah. You're like, you're cute. You're like, oh, well, why don't you just instruct me slowly how to do it? in a soft voice.
Yeah. So I didn't mind it when she was giving me advice. And then it occurred to me that she was maybe, I don't know, initiating contact.
Not maybe. That is like a definite she's hitting on you, and she's looking for a way to get in on the conversation.
All right. Well, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree. So,
Okay. So did you finally realize, oh, maybe she's flirting with me and I shouldn't be pissed at her for critiquing?
Yes. Yeah. I told her that I'd start taking notes, and if she would continue, giving me a lesson, I was all ears.
That's a ballsy move on her part. I give her props. Was she the one that then asked you out on a date?
No. What happened was our laundry cycles were on the same, time frame. And I realized that, hey, rather than sit around here and watch the laundry dry, why don't we go down the street and grab a drink?
That's a good
Nice.
idea. Yeah.
Like-
So you guys went down the street and grabbed a beer or something while you waited for your laundry to finish up.
Yeah. Had a couple beers each, and it was nice, It was easier to talk in a bar. It was like a more familiar environment for me. So,
Did you guys seem to click, though?
yeah, totally. We, hung out there. Then when we went back to the laundromat, we kept talking, and I thought it was going well.
Yeah.
I don't know. She did give me her number.
Okay.
Good.
But then, all right. So, truth be told,
You stole her
We're
underwear.
there.
You stole her underwear.
Oh, no, Jubal.
You start with truth be told and you're around her laundry. I know exactly what you're about to say.
no, I didn't make the underwear move then.
What'd you do?
Please
that
tell
was
me
so
at some
dumb?
point you got your hands on her underwear.
No, Jubal.
Get over the underwear,
I
Jubal.
can't.
Like, I don't know why you're so hung up on women's panties.
Because what guy isn't?
Yeah. Not all of us.
She did. I did see it. It. It was
Nice.
very
All
nice.
right. Sweet.
Oh my god.
Well, anyway, what I was about to tell you was that, we'd had a couple beers, and I thought I'd be funny, and, who knew there was laundry humor? Actually, there probably isn't, but I started making jokes about big loads of laundry and, oversized machines for extra big loads, and...
So you were making like dirty jokes based on laundry terms.
Pretty much the only one I could think of was the big loads.
Why does that sounds
Big
even
loads?
worse? That sounds even more creepy than taking her underwear.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but I had a couple of beers in me, and I was a little tipsy, and I thought it would work.
I don't even really get the joke either.
Don't explain it, Jubal.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
explain it.
Loads of laundry.
Yes.
Big loads.
I still don't get.
Oh, Brooke,
All
you're
right.
so blonde
Hey, text
sometimes.
in 78592 in
Brooke.
graphic detail. If you understand what he's joking about, describe it for Brooke. Otherwise, we'll move on. So you were making those jokes.
Well, yeah, I made a few of the jokes, and then, she gives me this weird look, like, are you kidding me? And so I stopped, and...
But she still gave you her number post bad laundry joke.
Actually, let me see. I can't... It might have been before, like, when we were at the bar.
Oh yeah.
So you just have her number. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your laundry date?
We've actually talked once over the phone.
Okay.
And that went pretty well. So then, like, a couple days later, I texted her, and she didn't reply.
Why would you have her on the phone and not make plans to see each other again? Like, what was the point of the phone call?
Well, we did try to make plans, but she wasn't sure of what her schedule was coming up, so we decided to hold off and make plans a little later.
So what do you think the reason is that she's not calling you back?
Well, I'd like to say I had no idea, but it's probably the really crummy jokes I was trying out.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and find out why she's not getting back to you in your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds great, man.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Pete met a girl named Christy at a laundromat. They didn't really have a date scheduled, but they met there while their laundry was getting done and everything else. They went and had some beers. Pete thinks that she's not calling him back because when they got back to the laundromat, he was a little tipsy and was making jokes about, there's giant loads in there.
Which I cannot believe what that means.
and,
That is disgusting.
Yeah, we explained to Brooke what it means. And so he was making jokes like that, and he thinks that kind of turned her off, like maybe it was a bit much.
Yeah.
And I think your problem, Pete, isn't necessarily that you were joking about stuff like that, but you went with that instead of like jokes about things getting stiff with starch. You know?
Dude,
that's the comedy gold when it comes to laundromat jokes.
Could have gone that route,
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Would have worked way better for you, man. Yeah, exactly.
Pete, I think that you could be the laundromat creeper and you're just not owning up to it at this point.
I was just tipsy. I'm not weird, really. I swear.
Yeah, right. Trust me, if you're making jokes like that at a laundromat to a girl you first met, you're creepy.
Thank you.
I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out if that is the reason why, though. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Christy, please?
this is Christy.
Hey, Christy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Sorry about being so spirited in the, hey, Christy, I didn't mean to freak you out there. How are you doing?
No, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because you recently had an interaction with one of our listeners, and they emailed us to see if we get a hold of you.
Oh my God.
And I say interaction because this is less of a date and just more of like you met a guy and he really likes you and is wondering why you're not calling him back. His name is Pete.
Oh, yeah.
You two bonded at a laundromat.
Yeah. He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did. He says that since you guys met at the laundromat, you guys clicked and had a good time, and you've talked a little bit, but now you're not returning any of his phone calls or texts, and he would love to see you again. Is there any reason that you're not calling Pete back?
Oh, I don't think there's a connection.
That's a nice way to put it, you know?
Let me ask you a question then. So you don't think there was a connection. Was it the jokes that he was making after you guys got back from your little break to go get beers? Kind of off-color jokes.
I mean, it was definitely like it didn't help him.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just got a weird vibe from him.
Did he come off as creepy? Because when I found out what those jokes were, a guy you just met, that is nasty.
Well, it's more that I don't know him. I mean, like, everybody tells dirty jokes.
Right.
And it's like, especially when we start drinking. But then I went home and I did a search for him on my computer and everything changed.
Whoa.
Oh, no, he is creepy, isn't he?
What did you find online that made you change your mind? Now I'm really curious.
Nothing.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he's a vapor. There is nothing about him. It's weird. Everybody has something about themselves.
Wait a minute.
online.
You're saying, like, I thought for sure you were going to say, oh, I found a record where he's not allowed 15 feet near schools or something. You're saying that you are upset that you couldn't find anything at all.
I'm saying it's weird to not have any presence on social media or anything.
Oh,
it's
so
weird.
So he didn't have a Facebook, a Twitter, Instagram, any of that?
None.
And that weirds you out.
I feel like I can't trust a person who has zero presence on the internet. And so I actually asked him, do you have a Facebook? And he said he didn't. And that's when I'm done with him.
What?
Wow, that quick. So that's all it takes with you is to not have a Facebook, and you don't even have a chance, huh?
Somebody who is trying not to be found on the internet has something to hide, and I don't want to find out what they're hiding.
Yeah, I guess I understand. I meet people that are always like, I don't do Facebook. I don't, and I'm always like, what are you? A mass murderer? I can't trust you.
I think this would be like a godsend to find a guy that wasn't on social media at all. Like the two guys I know that have zero social media presence are both like construction worker guys who just aren't around computers very much.
Sketchy construction.
They're not sketchy.
Yep. They're burying bodies. They're burying bodies out there.
Even construction workers go home and get on Facebook and say,
They have
what's
better
up?
things to do with their time. They're not wasting all their time on social media and stalking people.
Like I said, burying bodies at the construction site. That's what they're doing.
See?
I'd like to find out what he's hiding. Aren't you a little curious?
No, I don't want to know at all. And I'm worried about it now that we've talked about it.
Do you really think like he's a killer or something? Like what do you think
He
could
might be.
All right, well,
I mean, he hangs out at laundromat.
that is true. He hangs out at laundromats, doesn't have a Facebook. The guy clearly cannot be trusted. I do appreciate you telling us why you won't call him back, but I do need to let you know that Pete is actually on the other line listening and would love to talk to you.
Seriously?
Yep. Say hi, Pete.
That's the reason you didn't call me back?
Look, I'm sorry you had to hear that, but it's obvious you're hiding something if you don't even have a Facebook or, I mean, I just am not interested.
If you want to get to know me, talk to me. That's how you get to know me.
Well, I mean, we did hang out, and what I found out about was how big a loads you think you have. So, I mean,
I just think that's
why don't you have a Facebook then?
I don't have one because I don't believe in
Because you're hiding something.
No, I just don't think my opinion matters that much in the greater scheme of things. So why should I, blab it about?
You don't think your opinion matters?
Well, I mean, you look at most of the stuff on Facebook, and, it's like people are posting things that really don't matter in the big scheme of things.
How do you know what people are putting on Facebook if you don't have one? You're probably one of those weirdos that has a fake account and just watches everybody.
Pete, are you one of those weirdos that just watches people on the internet?
No.
Are you hiding anything?
No.
Are you married or something, Pete? Or,
No, I'm not married.
I don't know.
You're hearing from Pete right now. The reason he doesn't have a Facebook is he just doesn't like it.
It's the 21st century. If you don't have a presence online, you're hiding something, I'm done with this.
Did she hang up?
Yeah, she's gone. Hey, Pete, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just...
That was strange.
Yeah, she seems to have a little bit of a complex about people not on social media.
Yeah.
So you're not hiding anything?
No. I mean, I'm not telling everything either,
You're not, what is that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Pete? Now it does sound shady.
Everybody has secrets, right?
Yeah.
That's part of being a human being, and not everything in my life is everybody's business.
Okay, why are you sounding creepy again, man?
He does sound like Sketchy Pete right
you
now.
You do.
If I was dating Christy, I wouldn't be dating exclusively. Let's put it that way.
Okay. You're still Pete, you're not helping your case at all. You trying to explain why you don't use Facebook is sounding creepier and creepier by the minute.
See, this is why social media is not good. If you post anything, the other women you're dating, get the wrong idea.
Yeah, get the idea that you're cheating on them.
So Christy was right.
What?
So Christy was right then, Pete.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with dating multiple people?
It's fine if you're honest with
yeah.
them, but it's like you're hiding it and then hoping that they don't meet the other person. Like,
No, if I was dating exclusively, I'd tell somebody that, but I don't. I don't date exclusively right now.
But Christy was right. You are hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding it.
Yes, you are. You just admitted to it.
Well, she didn't ask me.
All right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, this girl is crazy. Sometimes people don't have Facebook because they choose not to be a part of the drama that it brings. Wow. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about the second date update. Pete wanted us to call this girl named Christy. He thought he wasn't getting a call back because of a very bad joke he made when they first met at a laundromat. It involved a joke about having big loads.
okay.
And he thought that's the reason she wasn't calling back, but that's not why she wasn't calling back. She wasn't calling back because she looked him up online, like most people do after they meet somebody, and found that he didn't have a Facebook. So she knew that something was wrong, and he was a serial killer or worse.
I feel like I went through so many emotions here because then I was like, well, you're crazy, lady. I mean, that's ridiculous. But then at the end, Pete was all weird.
Yeah.
And like acting like, well, I'm not telling everything and I wouldn't be dating exclusively.
Yeah, Pete didn't want to have a Facebook because he wants to date around and doesn't want people knowing that he's dating around, I guess.
Yeah.
So he still is hiding something by not having a Facebook. That's why I don't trust people who aren't on social media these days.
I agree with you, Jubal. I don't. You have to have at least one, at least Instagram or Twitter.
Even my grandparents are on social media.
Are they really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
That's impressive.
I know. They friend request me and I always deny it. Like, no.
I just want it to be Granny in a bikini on a beach taking selfies.
Yeah. So if grandparents are on Facebook and you're like young and not on there, then what is wrong with you?
Oh,
I'm
come
always
on.
like, you're hiding something. It's the same thing when I meet people who still have a flip phone.
Yeah, what are you
What
doing?
is your deal? All right.
You feel like it's some sort of like throwaway phone and they're making deals on the
Yeah.
side. Yeah.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week, just a little ways away at 8:10.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Is it weird to meet somebody on the bus?
I don't know. There's a lot of commuters out there.
Okay. Yeah, because
You
you're
love
sitting next to
connection.
people, you're talking to people. Oftentimes people are talking to themselves in the corner. But it's a good opportunity to meet people on the bus. That's where Steven met Allison. Steven is on the phone with us right now. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Tell us about how you met Allison on the bus.
Well, I was on my way to work, and she just sat down next to me, and I thought, man, well, she seems nice. So I kind of worked up the guts to just sort of like start a little bit of small talk.
I don't know why the bus just seems weird. I don't know why the bus seems like a weird place to hit on somebody.
Public transportation.
I do hate public transportation a lot.
You know, my husband takes public transit every day. There's lots of normal.
Are you saying that you
Take
want
it.
him to meet girls?
No, I'm just saying.
Like, I've never done anything like that. I've never talked to anybody on the bus before. Like, I was kind of surprised that I did it, but I did it. And it was good.
Why this girl? Like you said, you had never really talked to anybody on the bus before. What attracted you to her?
Well, she was like really, really pretty. And I don't know, but just before she sat down, she looked at me and she just smiled. And it was like, hey, it was, I don't
That's
know,
all
it
it
was just
took.
like an instant spark.
Yeah, and she was on the bus with other people who are, like scabies and stuff.
Oh,
so you're
come
like,
on, Jubal.
in comparison, she's smoking hot.
No.
She looks like she showered.
Yeah.
And I got to give you credit, Steven. I think it's so nice when men say that they were pretty or beautiful instead of just hot. Like, that's a great compliment.
Yeah, she was like, the way she smiled at me, it wasn't like a flirty smile. It was just like a hello. And it was like, oh, that's nice. And, if you're ever on a bus early in the morning, everybody looks like hell. And
Yeah.
it's like, she gets on, and she's like radiant. It was amazing.
Nice. She's hot.
Yeah,
No, just kidding.
So where'd you go on your date then?
Well, I decided to surprise her and, I don't know, be a little different. So I took her to a shooting range.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
And now, wait, did you know her feelings about guns before you went to the shooting range?
No, not really. I just sort of assumed, she seemed like sort of a city girl and she wasn't, into guns or anything. But I grew up with guns, so I'm like really cool with them.
Are you like a hunter?
Yeah, I grew up like in a small town and my dad always had guns and, like we'd go hunting and stuff like that.
I'm not really a big gun guy, but I like going to the shooting range. It's a good time.
Yeah,
it's
I
fun.
know shooting range.
But it is risky. How did she take it?
She was like nervous, but she was kind of excited. She kept smiling and kind of laughing, but in a nervous kind of way.
Of course, you had a gun on you. Question your motives. Did she have a good time though once you were at the shooting range?
She seemed to have a good time, and it was kind of cute. Like, she would get scared every time, like, the first time the gun went off, she, like, kind of screamed a bit, and then I kind of helped her and showed her how to hold the gun. And
Little old me can't handle a gun. Wish I had a big, strong man here, maybe by the name of Steven, to come help me hold my hands correctly.
You know that it's a genius idea on Steven's
Yeah, it is a
part.
good idea,
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Did you guys do something after the shooting range?
No, not really, because it got kind of late, and she said she had to get up early the next day, so I just took her home. But, like, we had such a good time, and I don't know, I got, like, really excited. Like, I was really into her, but I couldn't get the nerve up to, like, kiss her.
Was it there that moment where you're like, do it now, and then you chickened out?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, this is it. You do it now, man. Do it now. And then it was gone. And I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah. Once you get past that point, you can't go back. Otherwise, it's just awkward.
Yeah. It's just awkward. It's totally awkward.
You feel like she maybe thinks you're not interested, or some girls it can be a turnoff where it's like...
we did this sort of big kind of manly thing. I showed her this big manly thing. I was like, hey, guns, and da-da-da-da. And then I, like, chicken out at the end, and I'm just like, loser.
Yeah, where'd all the testosterone
Right?
go? How did you work that up?
You left it all at the gun range, I guess.
Exactly.
When she left, did she seem like cool with going out again?
I don't know. She seemed nice, and she said, yeah, let's talk later. And I was like, great. And I called her, but I just got her voicemail, and then she didn't call me back. And so I sent her a text, and, like, nothing. So I kind of don't know what's up.
All right.
You really like her.
Yeah, I think she's really awesome. Like, I got so nervous I couldn't kiss her. I've never had that experience. You know what I mean? Like, she was really, really sweet.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to play a song. Come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right, just hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The more I think about it, I think maybe Steven kind of screwed up with his date plans. Yeah, I think usually on a relationship, you want to ease into the gunplay.
Yeah, that's probably
You know, like that's a third,
Yeah.
fourth date kind of thing. If you're just tuning in, Steven is on the phone with us. He wants us to call Allison. He met her on the bus for their first date. He took her to a shooting range and is a little off put because at the end of the date, he didn't go in for the kiss when he thinks he should have. So he thinks that may have killed his chances with Allison.
I mean, the date is so aggressive in some ways
Yeah.
and then just so passive in others.
Right? If you're going to take a girl out for guns, you might as well try to kiss her.
Yeah.
All right, Steven, you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, I really want to find out what's going on.
Steven, I'm a small town girl too, and I understand that growing up around rifles and hunting and stuff. Do you think that you can, maybe let her know that you have a softer side?
I think, like, looking back, maybe it wasn't the smartest thing. I at the time, I thought it was a good idea and kind of exciting and different, and maybe she'd think it was cool, but I thought it was the right thing at the time.
Well, I think if you're going to take a girl out and show her that you can shoot guns and teach her, that's fun. But then at the end of the day, go in for the kiss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I feel like such a loser.
Oh,
fine,
Steven,
dude.
come on, let's
all
not
right,
go that far.
All right, we're going to call her right now, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Allison, please?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Allison, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Oh, hello.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually calling you because one of our listeners, Steven, emailed us about you.
Okay.
You recently went on a date with Steven, and you're not calling him back, so he's wondering if there's a reason.
I mean, we met on the bus, and then he picked me up, and I didn't know what the date was going to be, and we ended up going to a gun range.
Right. He told us all that. He said, as soon as you walked to the door, he tossed you an AK-47 and said, let's go. But no, he told us all about the gun range and everything else. Said that you guys had a good time.
Yeah, but, I was just a little bit thrown because the combination of, meeting someone on a bus and then going to shoot guns. I guess I was just, a little nervous.
Did you understand that he's, a small-town guy and that what his normal is maybe not your normal?
Oh, yeah, that's not an issue for me. I don't like to judge people on that. It has nothing to do with anything like that.
So have you just been busy then? Because he said he's tried to call you and text you, and you haven't responded to anything.
Even though I did have a really good time, I feel like a girl can't really be too careful. So I looked him up. I Googled him. And there's, no Facebook, no Twitter, no nothing. The only thing that's, exists on the Internet is that 5 years ago he was arrested.
Oh, really? For what?
Yeah, for what?
I don't know. I wasn't able to see.
Was there something on the date that, made you feel that way, or is it just the bus and the guns, like you said?
Yeah, it's kind of odd to meet. It's odd that you meet someone on the bus who has a penchant for handguns, and then you just assume things.
I'm just saying he was a commuter going to work, and he happens to have grown up hunting. You can assume that too.
Right, you can assume that, but then I found that he had been arrested, and I just felt like he seemed really nice, but I just think you need to be careful.
Allison, what if we could find out why he got arrested? Would you be interested in hearing what that is?
I would be very curious.
Cool, that works out perfectly then, because Steven's on the other line. Hey, Steven, what were you arrested for?
Oh man, it wasn't anything serious. It wasn't anything like big or terrible. It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't. Like I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. And can we leave it at that?
What was it?
Steven, you've got to fast. First, say hi to Allison.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to tell us if it wasn't that big of a deal. Are you just embarrassed?
Yeah. Hey, Allison.
Hi.
Do you have a warrant out?
No, there's no warrant. There's no nothing. It's just, oh man, I really don't want to tell this story.
Why? What could
We
be so
really,
embarrassing?
we really want you to tell the story.
5 years ago, I was in a relationship with my girlfriend at the time. I took her to this big sporting event, and I had this idea to propose to her. And so partway through the game, I had this sign, and I ran out onto the field, and it said, "Will you marry me?" And I held it up to her, and then I was like tackled by security.
Oh, nice.
And everything, and
You weren't
just
like- You weren't also naked or anything on the field, right?
No. I wasn't naked or anything. It was just like I just ran out on the field. I just hopped over the thing and like out there and like held up the sign and waved at her. And everybody was like cheering and like it was kind of really great. And then they tackled me and then everyone kind of cheered louder.
He was arrested in the name of romance.
Right.
Did you get engaged?
No.
Did she say no?
She said no.
Wow.
Oh no, man!
You got
Okay.
arrested and my
Allison,
heart for you.
Allison, there you go. That's either the best lie anybody has ever told in the history of getting arrested, or he just got arrested trying to do something romantic, I guess.
Can we find footage of this? I would be very curious to see it.
Listen, I didn't do anything terrible. I didn't do anything bad. At the time, I was in love with this girl, and I thought it was the right thing to do, and I thought it was romantic and fun and spontaneous, and it kind of all blew up in my face. And so that's what happened. I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person, and I really like you, Allison.
I am wondering, like, why that is the only thing that's online for you. Have you just like kept off the grid, or like what's the deal with that?
After that all went down, it was kind of in the news. So like all these people started finding me on Facebook and Twitter and like sending me stupid messages, and I was just like enough. And so I just like I deleted everything. I was like, you know what? I don't need people to find me. I just want to forget it and move on.
I will say I can understand why that creeped you out, Allison. I meet anybody without a Facebook or a Twitter now, and I don't want to have anything to do with them because I feel like they've got to be hiding from somebody.
We're also jaded here. I mean, Allison, do you see that maybe you were making the wrong assumptions about this dude?
Yeah, I obviously was. You can understand why I made these assumptions.
Yeah, you thought he was a murderous homeless person on a bus who was arrested and had this warrant out and was going on the lam from the law.
Thanks.
Well,
nice one, Brooke.
Okay, Allison, would you like to go out on a second date with Steven? We will pay for it.
This is all like very overwhelming.
Right.
I
We
mean,
won't go to a shooting range.
Yeah, no guns. No guns on this date.
you know, I actually like really respect that. That's why you got arrested. I think that's really romantic, and so like now that I have the explanation, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Go out.
Nice.
Oh, that makes
Yes.
me happy.
There you go, Steven.
That's awesome.
Thank you for like sharing all that and being honest with me. And if you're not being honest, then I'm gonna feel really stupid.
There you go, man. You got your second date, Steven.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
It's going to be so good.
I hope it turns into something good for you guys. However, if you get to the point where you are going to ask her to marry you, you got to really trump what you did before. So good luck with that.
He has set the bar high.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
If you missed the first part of today's second date, then you haven't met Eugene yet. And Eugene can be summed up in 3 words. He's got game. That's pretty much how you could sum up Eugene, because he told us about his first date with a girl named Diana. They actually just hung out at his house, played a little Yahtzee. It's always the best foreplay. Then he put something on the TV to try to get her in the mood, a little Game of Thrones. Yeah. Nothing gets people hotter than a little brother and sister action.
Oh my God, is that what happened on games?
There's some of that in there, yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, everybody's kind of sleeping with everybody in it. It's a pretty crazy thing, but, people get excited over that. Sure. And then he ended the date by saying, we should binge watch the rest of this together. Oh, and I can binge do you. So, yeah, no idea why Eugene isn't getting a call back from Diana, but we're about to find out.
I know you think your binge do you joke is really funny, and I think it could have been, but it's all about timing, right? Like, you hadn't even kissed her yet.
Well, yeah, that's why it's a funnier joke.
Okay.
If you're not sexually attracted to you, then it's not funny, probably.
Well, we'll find out, Eugene. We'll get her on the phone and see if she thought the joke was funny, and then see if she'll go out with you again, okay?
Play on.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Diana, please?
This is Diana. Who's it?
Hey, what's up, Diana? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey, Diana.
You actually familiar with the show?
Yeah, I love you guys.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Thanks.
A lot of times
awesome.
we call for second dates and people have no idea who we are, so that's refreshing.
Oh, wait. So you're calling about second date?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
we are.
Okay. Who is it? Is it about Dylan?
Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan. I went out with him a couple days ago. Was he asking about me?
Not asking us about you, because no, it's not about Dylan.
Oh, God.
Anybody else you can think of who might want to do a second date with you?
Is it Eugene?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
That's Eugene.
That wasn't as excited as you were about Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eugene's calling about me, okay?
Yep. Eugene told us all about your date, and he said he really liked you, but now you're not getting back to him. So is there a specific reason?
Well, I mean, so he did tell you what happened? Like, he told you what he did and everything?
Yeah, I'll tell you what he told us. He said that you came over there. I guess the weather wasn't that great, so you guys decided to just hang out at his house, played some Yahtzee, watched some Game of Thrones.
Oh, flip through photo albums. Can't forget that highlight
photo
from
albums.
the date.
And then I guess at the end of your date, he made a joke that he told us, and we told him didn't sound like it was that funny, but he said you should come back and binge watch Game of Thrones, and also he's going to binge do you.
Wow, I'm honestly really surprised that he just told you all that. So embarrassing.
We were too.
Pretty honest guy, I guess.
You're surprised because he should be embarrassed, right?
I mean, yeah, he should be embarrassed, but apparently he's not.
He thought it was a funny joke. Did you not think it was funny?
No.
Yeah.
Did you guys think it was funny?
I will say, I think that he meant it in a lighthearted way, but I also told him he was creepy for it.
Yeah, that's not the only reason why it was creepy.
Oh,
there's more creep. There's more creep to Eugene.
Oh, yeah. I
Thought
mean,
we'd heard it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all he told us. So what is he missing?
Well, did he tell you what happened during Yahtzee?
No. Did he try to get you to play strip Yahtzee or something?
Yeah, no. Thank God.
Okay.
So in the middle of Yahtzee, we were playing a good old round of Yahtzee, and then he was like, hold on, and he takes out a camera and goes over to the window and starts videotaping the neighbor's yard across the street.
What?
Okay.
Wow. Why? What did he explain?
I mean, I wanted to ask, but I decided I didn't even want to know.
Oh.
Honestly, this was just a favor to his mom. I work with her. I'm sure he told you that.
Yeah. He said that his mom set you guys up.
Yeah, and I like her, and we work together. We see each other every day. But once I got there, I was like, wow, this guy's a little unstable, and I felt weird being there, and I was just sort of trying to plan how I was going to get out of there.
Okay, but let's get back to the video camera thing. What was he? So he videotapes his neighbor's yard?
I mean, I don't even know. I didn't even ask. That's all I know is that he was videotaping his neighbors.
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
but after that, you stayed for a full episode of Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I just kind of figured I would wait out the episode and get out after that.
All right. Well, Diana, if you've listened to these second dates before, then you should know that Eugene is on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Oh, you guys, I totally forgot you do that. Oh, no.
Yep. Eugene.
Hey.
No, there's Eugene.
Yeah.
Hi.
Eugene, why are you videotaping your neighbors?
Oh, it's not what you think. It's a total misunderstanding.
Eugene, it sounds creepy, like all the other creepy things you did.
No. Here's what I was doing. I'm close friends with the neighbors, and a little while back, I realized my neighbors, they don't take enough videos of their kids. So I'm putting together a video collage of their kids for their upcoming anniversary.
What?
Oh my
No.
Dude,
You're
Eugene, that
watching
is...
Yeah. Whenever I see the kids playing in the yard, I take out the camera, record it. I'm going to put a soundtrack to it. The neighbors know. They're cool about it. The neighbors know. It's total misunderstanding. It's unfortunate it happened during the date, but that's all it was.
Well, hold up.
It's not a big deal.
You actually had a conversation with your neighbors about this.
Yeah.
So they know that you're videotaping their kids through your window.
Yeah, they think it's a great idea. They're not the best at technology, and I'm really good at computers, so they're happy to have me capture some moments.
Some
Through
moments where
your-
it looks like somebody spied on their
Yeah.
children, like there's no audio, they're kind of far away. Like, I don't know that I believe you, Eugene.
No, we're putting music to it. It's going to be good.
I know, dude. You just said that on the radio. Like, do you hear yourself? This is like a perfect example of the creepy level that you live at.
What? I'm doing a nice thing for my neighbors.
No, that's not how you do it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, Rob and Sandy, they love it.
Dude, it was the middle of the night and it was raining. Like, that's a terrible time to get video, first of all, and also so creepy. It's kids going from car to house in the middle of the night.
Wait, were the kids in the yard in the dark in the rain? I'm confused now.
Yeah, they were playing in puddles.
No.
I have night vision on my camera. The kids were playing in the
You're
puddles.
videotaping kids with night vision goggles, Eugene?
Yeah, friendship never sleeps. I think you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think other things never sleep. Eugene,
Are you
you
on a
are
list?
literally have proof that the neighbors are cool with this.
Yeah, I talked to them.
I feel like we need to call the neighbors. Like, I feel like on this one we need to
Yeah, I
step
think we
in.
feel like we need to call a lot of people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, call them. Sandy loves me.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, okay, the video camera aside, let's just bring it back to the date. It just wasn't working for me, like on every level, every step of the way.
So, you don't want to continue Game of Thrones?
I think that might be what she's saying, Eugene, but
Oh, Eugene.
I guess we can check for sure. Diana, would you like to go out with Eugene on a second date? We will pay for
I
it.
would not. I would not.
Okay, you started answering that before I even asked Diane.
Rude.
Listen, Eugene, like, you obviously have this, like, nerdy side to you, which is awesome for somebody. And, like, if you could just bring it down a notch and maybe, like, ask your date if they would like to play Yahtzee or if they would like to watch Game of Thrones, maybe you could hit it off with another fellow nerd and you'd really have a good time. But I am not that person.
Yeah, okay.
I think that you're just going to have to chalk this one up as a loss, man.
Yeah, loss for her.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
You hear that, Diana? You lost.
This is one that I'm totally fine to lose.
Yeah.
All good.
Hey, can you ask her if I can still just touch her boob?
What?
What? No, Eugene. All right, we're done with the second date now, Eugene.
I am sorry.
There are a lot of dating websites out there. Match, Plenty of Fish, singlebeagles.com.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a dating website for beagles.
Okay.
But nobody can beat good old-fashioned Mom setting you up on a date.
Oh, Mom is the
my
original.
God.
Mom is the original dating website. Why is there a website where mothers can match their kids up? There should be mommatch.com
I
or
think you
something
just
like that.
stumbled upon $1 million idea.
Okay. Everybody forget I said that.
Yeah, except nobody wants to sign up for that except for moms.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Eugene is on the phone right now, and apparently he got set up on a date by his mom. What's up, Eugene?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my
Not
gosh.
much.
Does your mom actually have good taste for you?
Yeah, she's great. She sets me up all the time.
What? I've never heard of the good taste part.
And how is your mom meeting so many women your age?
She works in a big office. She looks out for me.
Okay.
So anytime they hire somebody who's around your age, she just walks up to them and puts them through the ringer to see if they're material to date her son, huh?
Yeah, basically, and she's way more successful at getting me dates than I am.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
That's a good or a bad thing?
yeah,
Well-
you got a pimp for a mom. Good for you.
Tell us about the girl she set you up with this time. What's her name?
Her name was Diana.
Diana. It was Diana.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
good.
she's, well, I'll
She's
get
still
to it.
with us.
All right. Her
She's
name's
still alive, I hope.
her name is Diana, and what'd you do with Diana?
Well, she said we'd meet at my place before the date, and we never left. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Attaboy.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Wait, hold up. Is that what your mom is hoping for you as well? Is she wanting you to score like that?
My mom just wants grandchildren. She doesn't care how it happens.
Okay.
It's like, even if it's a
I
mistake
understand
from
that
a drunken night of hanging out at your house, it's fine.
Dude, there are so many times my mother said to me, now, if you did accidentally get pregnant, that would be fine.
Yeah.
I'm here to take care of them.
Yeah, she's the only one who doesn't want him to be
Right.
safe, right?
So you guys ended up just staying at your place. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I must have been really on my game that night.
Okay, well, tell us about it. What happened?
I mean, she was really cool because she didn't look like a lot of those girls you see on the internet.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I see a lot of different kinds of girls on the internet. Yeah.
What do internet girls look like?
I mean, Diana's boobs were just a little smaller, but she's still super cute,
Wait, are you watching like a ton of adult videos on the internet? What?
Did that come out wrong? Or?
No, I just mean in general, the girls on the internet.
Okay.
That is so creepy.
So she looked a little different than the other girls that you see all the time on the internet.
And her only descriptor is the size of her boobs so far.
Well, we know what kind of stuff you're looking at on the internet. That's all. What else did you like about her?
She was just easy to talk to, and if the weather was bad that night, so we kind of stayed in and did a lot of fun stuff together.
Like what?
We looked at some old photo albums, then we ordered Chinese food, played some Yahtzee. It was fun.
Did she think it was fun? Because if she's flipping through your baby books, chances are pretty good she was not having a great time with that.
She seemed to be laughing. I don't know. She seemed pretty good. I mean, it seemed like things were going pretty well because then after a little while, I made my move. I waited till she went to the bathroom, and then I put something risque on the TV.
I don't want to know.
That's your move?
And that worked?
What?
And what? Yeah.
No.
So she came out of the bathroom and there's a porn playing in your living room?
No, not a porn. Come on.
Oh, good.
No.
Okay. What did you put on the TV that's risque to try to get her in the mood?
Game of Thrones, there's always nudity in that.
That is true. There's a lot of nudity and a lot of weird sex stuff.
Action.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it still.
Oh, you have to watch. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so good. Oh, you got to. Have you not watched? Take off of work tomorrow and watch it. It's amazing.
Oh, my gosh. You sound like you like it a lot.
Well, did it work? Did it get her in the mood?
By the time the first episode ended, it was super late, and she had to leave. At the end, I'm looking forward to binge watching the show with you and binge doing you. So maybe that was a little forward.
Did you really say that?
I'm gonna binge you.
Did you really say that?
I meant it as a joke,
Yeah.
We had banter. I was joking, but
Right.
maybe she overthought it.
Well, did she laugh at that joke?
She laughed, but it was like a kind of nervous laugh.
Okay, that sounds like more of like a shocking thing. Like, whoa, did he just say that?
I from your description, if I was that girl on the date, I would think you were creepy.
Yeah, you were just trying to.
What? Creepy? Why?
I'm going to binge do you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you need to know. That's,
without ever kissing.
yeah, without even kissing her. That might have been a bad move, man.
And still, the only way you've described this woman is by her boobs. Like, I know nothing about her other than her boob size.
She smells nice.
Okay.
Again,
So she's
that's
got,
kind of
you know,
creepy, Eugene.
Boobs are on the smaller side. She smells nice, and apparently she doesn't know how to take a joke about being binge done.
I mean, you guys don't understand. You just had to beat her. It was super funny in the moment. Trust me.
Wow.
All right, man. Well,
Wonder what could have gone wrong.
we will play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date, okay?
Okay, thank you.